I chose vaping as my topic because I felt like it was a very relevant and important topic in today's day and age. I have some experience in the vaping category due to researching and school. I feel vaping is important because if you vape, you can cause serious damage to yourself. For example, it can cause cancer, it can cause nausea, and the water vapor that it produces isn't just affecting the user, but also everyone around them. How we can mesh our projects together is to bring up more important subject matter, such as the history of the vape, or the math on how much chemicals are in each juice and how it will affect you and your daily life. People have a deep understanding of how uh, vape was made, of how vape affects your body, um, due to being taught about it in school. I noticed most people think the legal age of vaping should be increased, uh, which here most people think it should be increased from 1920, and definitely that's most 25% said yes, it should be increased, and same here, definitely yes and yes, basically the same. If so, what age should be the legal age to vape? So as I said, most people thought it should be increased, and most people thought it should be legal for everyone, or let's go, or 22. uh a peak also, in this, as you can see, YouTube peaked as most people saw ads on YouTube, as it is, as you guys can see, 63% of people saw vape ads on YouTube. Although one valley is Dr. Dabarora, where, as you can see, it dipped, um yeah, like it dipped, that is the only value that I can see, um as it dipped. Although Jewel is a plateau because it peaked and didn't move. Another inference that I made is also some teenagers who do very bad in most subjects uh vape as vaping as it is addictive. um so people would skip class to vape, and people would think vaping is cool, so they just think it's cool and they'd skip class. Also, my data is very similar to a website called tobaccocontrol.bmg.com. Just like my survey, the most popular vape pen slash most known is the Juul. As you can see, 93% knew it, which is, to be exact, 44 people. But personally, I wonder how people knew Pax Era, Dipper, Dr. Deborah as and Candy Pens Elite, as I myself did not know about these. I only knew about the Jewel. I only knew about these due to research. That was kind of that was kind of shocking.
The reason I chose school subjects as my topic is because as a student, I feel like it would connect with me and everybody who took my survey. My expertise in the area was me being a student currently. I can and will relate with all the questions and could honestly answer them by myself. This is important to most people because school subjects is very relevant because we are in school and they lead to a better future. I noticed that most people said that math was the most important subject, but the subject they didn't like the most, which I feel is from the negative stigma around math, when people make it sound really, really hard, but really important at the same time. People said French is their favorite subject. I think that's because French is taught by Miss James, and she has a very unorthodox way of teaching us. She likes to teach us through fun activities, which captivates you. And that's why I think everybody would say it's the easiest subject for them. People say their grade average is 70 to 80%, which is a good thing because that's B minus to a B plus, which is a solid range to have your grade to average, which leads me to think everybody's understanding and absorbing well of the information we learn in school well. Um, People said that the subjects they learn in school are important. Well, 38.5% said that. But if you were to add up every other answer, like mostly, about half, and not really, that means most people don't really think the things that we learn, or the majority don't think the things that we learn are important, which is frightening. People said their least favorite subject is also math because of its negative stigma, but they also gave other answers such as language, science, geography, drama, French, art, and history, which is understandable. When people said, when I asked people if they thought school was interesting, the most people said mostly, which I think should be all at yes, but we could change that through campaigning and sharing information. The data that I collected is very similar to the data collected by YouGov.com. And one of their polls, they determined that English, math, and computing and science are the most important subjects, which I believe makes sense. To take action, me and Daniel will be creating a social media account to spread our information and our data to more people faster. And we'll be doing daily updates to tell people the new information that we gather.